Why were the Vikings such successful raiders? On the show, we have Professor Jonathan Wood here to talk to us about why the Vikings were such successful raiders.
Thank you very much for having me on this show. I really appreciate having the opportunity to speak about this topic.
So, Professor, why do you believe that the Viking ships were so successful in traveling to different countries?
One of the reasons their ships were so successful is mainly because, unlike many other ships, they could travel through rivers and rough seas very easily. These ships were also successful because they were long, fast, and could tackle the sea very well.
Oh, is that how they did it? Why were the Vikings able to navigate so well in rough conditions?
Well, the Vikings used many different landmarks and different animal species to help them navigate their way. One example of this is that the Vikings would use whales. Whales would be migrating south, so if they wanted to go south, they would use these whales.
Wow, that's interesting. Why were the Vikings so successful with their raids?
Well, the Vikings would do surprise attacks on small, poorly guarded towns, raiding and retreating quickly. The main reason for most of the Viking attacks was to collect cattle, horses, foods, gold, and money.
What were some of the main weapons that the Vikings would use in their attacks?
Some of the main weapons used in the attacks by the Vikings were axes, swords, spears for close fighting, and bows and arrows for long distances. Another item that was also used in close battle by the Vikings was a small knife. This was a very useful object because it was small and hard to see, and the Vikings could just pull the knife out and stab people quickly without the opposition expecting it.
Wow, there's some cool new facts. What materials did the Vikings mainly use for armor, and which materials were the best?
Some of the main materials used for Viking armour were mail, leather, and lemire. One of the most protective types of armour the Vikings made was lemire armour, because it had a metal piece all connected up that was able to stop a spear, axe, or arrows from piercing through it.
Thank you very much for joining us on the show today, Professor Jonathan Wood. We have appreciated you coming here to talk to us about why the Vikings were such successful raiders.
Thank you very much for having me. I hope I can come back in the near